Dude, that's the toughest one, is that one. Oh, well, yeah, I took care of it right away. No one should be able to see that. Oh, that's a silly way to go, Pat. Wow. Yeah, the ending is crazy, Jonathan. Wow, and sometimes that just doesn't work, depending on where I start it. Pressed spin too early, and it spun me right off the edge. Six seconds. Yeah! There it is! Okay, that was tough. That was serious business, people. What a level. Wow. Wow. That was awesome. There was a tough challenge. And how incredible was the indication? They weren't having to show me anything ahead of time. That was unbelievable. Thanks, Brandon, Sierra, Tony, Peter, Edith, Tony, and Isael. That is top-notch, people. That is really something. That is really, really something, people. A contest. A long speed run? Nah. How about... We'll do this one. There it is, Bobby. Ooh. How you like that save, people? How you like that section 1 on the first try? Now we're getting somewhere. Patty boy! Great indication. See, the indication is just ridiculously good. I get so spoiled in these levels, and then I'm so sad in Endless Expert. No way, Patty boy! Come on now. With the 3-1 ups! Patty boy with the one shot! Patty boy! First, and again, whenever I get a one shot, I give more credit to the level creator than myself, because that means this level creator did a masterful job at understanding what it's like to see this level for the first time. Do you see what that's the specific skill. When you hear me going off in Endless Expert, there's a very real skill to be able to see your own level as if it's not your level. Once you develop that skill, then you're able to quickly indicate and clearly indicate what the player needs to know. But the only way you're able to do that is if you have some awareness of what your level looks like before anyone has played it, seen it for the very first time. And wow, that was incredible. That was perfectly indicated. Wow. The indication alone gets a wow, but it was also super fun and relatively difficult. Wow. Wow, people. That really, really blew me away. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's try this one. Then we'll call it a night. Wow. Okay, well, Dalton, that is a very, very, very specific, what do you call that, preference? And do you notice there's something very, very important to note about that? In order for that to be the case, what Dalton said is most of the fun for Dalton playing Mario levels is figuring out how to beat the level without indication. So what that tells me, Dalton, is for you, the lives don't matter at all. Like, in order for that to be the case, I have the most fun figuring out without indication. The only way that makes sense, in my brain anyway, is if the lives don't matter at all. Is that fair to say, Dalton? Is it fair to say that when you're playing in that way, the lives truly don't matter at all? Because I would be willing to bet that that is the case. Because then I could make sense of that. That would be the real-life version of that preference in my mind, is someone who plays outside of Endless, maybe lots of popular or just search by puzzle levels. Then the lives don't matter, and you're able to access a whole different style of the game, basically. But if you primarily play Endless, in other words, I guess, Dalton, I'm saying you should never play Endless then. You agree. If it's kind of indication is necessary, you agree. Oh, so then it's correct. It's correct to say that preference leads you to not play Endless, probably for that reason, right? If the thing you want is levels without indication, I have no idea. Well, there you go, my friend. Whatever you like, whatever blows your hair back. That's what I'd say to you. Enjoy what you like. Oops. Oh. Good night, Roderick. There we go, Marco. The other little... You like the challenge of playing Endless. So that must be an entirely separate thing in your brain. Because then the goal can't be figuring it out without indication. Then, in that context... wait a minute, let me ask you this, Dalton. When you're playing Endless, and you are in a level where the lives matter, is it fair to say that within that context, you are more excited and happy to see a level with good indication than you are to see a level that without good indication? Is that fair to say? Would you agree to those? Would you agree to that? Oh my gosh, I really sped up there. Sometimes the arrows can be deceiving. You got that right, Bobby. You got that right in a big way. Whoa, it took off without me. So is that fair, Dalton? Is that fair to say that if you're playing Endless, you see a level with very poor indication, in that context, you're probably not going to be too excited? That's my bet. Hold everything! I got to pause to read this. I still like no indication. So when the lives matter, this is what Dalton is telling me. He picks a game mode where the lives matter. You're given a limited amount of lives. Then you're saying the level loads up, and now this level is created in such a way that it costs lives in order to figure it out. And you're telling me that you still like no indication. So if that's the case, we're both seeing it so differently that there's no room for understanding, or we just are working with a different set of logic, because that truly does not compute. It does not compute to me. So fair enough. We'll agree to disagree on this one. Dalton's a great Mario player and a buddy of mine at this point, someone's been around a while. So this isn't me being mad or frustrated. It's more of me being a bit bewildered that someone would be that way, and that's totally fair. I wouldn't hold it against you. But, like I'm saying, not only can I not relate to it, I can't even wrap my brain around what that would mean to play Endless and then be happy to see a level with poor indication. I still like no indication. That's the part that blew me away, Dalton. I still like no indication. Because those were the terms. And in those terms, you still like no indication, even when the lives matter, and where each death